What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Thursday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. This morning, cheers Danny Britton, sent a few links from the FSB, the Financial Stability Board. They've published high-level recommendations for regulation, supervision and oversight of stablecoin arrangements. It's pretty exciting, really, whether it hots up in the next several months or whether it is truly towards the back end of 2021. It is exciting stuff because it's happening, and it is happening. It's coming, right? We've had an hanging 3 years here, but we're getting there, guys. They need to start spelling shit out soon, and they're getting very, very close to doing that. So the Financial Stability Board, the FSB, today published the final version of its high-level recommendations for the regulation, supervision and oversight of a global stablecoins, or GSC, arrangements. Following an early public consultation, the report states that GSC arrangements are expected to adhere to all applicable regulatory standards and to address risks to financial stability before commencing operation, and to adopt new regulatory requirements as necessary. It's interesting, this, so-called stable coins are a specific category of crypto asset which have the potential to enhance the efficiency of the provision of financial services, but may also generate risks to potential stability, particularly if they are adopted at a significant scale. Stablecoins are an attempt to address the high volatility of traditional crypto assets by tying the stablecoin's value to one or more other assets, such as sovereign currencies. They have the potential to bring efficiencies to payments and to promote financial inclusion. However, a widely adopted stablecoin with a potential reach and use across multiple jurisdictions, a so-called global stablecoin, or GSC, could become systematically important in and across one or many jurisdictions, including as a means of making payments. Super interesting way of putting it, that. The emergence of global stable coins may challenge the comprehensiveness and effectiveness of existing regulatory and supervisory oversight. The FSB has agreed on 10 high-level recommendations that promote coordinated and effective regulation, supervision and oversight of GSC arrangements to address the financial stability risks posed by GSCs, both at the domestic and international level. They support responsible innovation and provide sufficient flexibility for jurisdictions to implement domestic approaches. The recommendations call for regulation, supervision and oversight that is proportionate to the risks. Authorities agree on the need to supply supervisory and oversight capabilities and practices under the same business, same risk, same rules principle. The performance of some functions of GSC arrangement may have important impacts across borders. The recommendations also stress the value of flexible, efficient, inclusive and multi-sectoral cross-border cooperation, coordination and information sharing arrangements amongst authorities. The FSB has agreed to the following further actions as key building blocks of the roadmap to enhance cross-border payments commissioned by the G20. Completion of international standard setting work by December 2021. Completion of international standard setting by 2021. Establishment or as necessary adjustment of cooperation arrangements amongst authorities by December 2021, and as needed based on market evolution. a necessary adjustment of cooperation arrangements amongst authorities by December 2021, and as needed, or market evolution. Basically, look, market evolution, you got to be there, you got to be ready with it, you got to stay. I mean, they put that December 2021 here. Could be January there that they might have to start making moves. Who knows? Who knows? At the national level, establishment or as necessary adjustment of regulatory, supervisory and oversight frameworks consistent with the FSB recommendations and international standards and guidance by July 2022. And as needed based on market evolution. Review of implementation and assessment of the need to refine or adapt international standards by July 2023. Notes to editors. The report is intended to primarily address risks to financial stability and therefore does not cover important issues such as money laundering or terrorist financing, data privacy, cybersecurity, consumer and investor protection, and competition, which, however, could have consequences for financial stability if they are not properly addressed. It therefore stresses the importance of addressing these issues as part of a comprehensive, effective supervisory, regulatory and oversight framework. The FSB also today published a roadmap to enhance cross-border payments that it has delivered to the G20. Excuse me. The establishment of effective regulatory, supervisory and oversight approaches for GSE arrangements will support the implementation of a key building block of the roadmap. The FSB coordinates at the international level and the work of national financial authorities and international standard setting bodies and developers and promoters. The implementation of effective regulatory, supervisory and other financial sector policies in the interest of financial stability. It brings together national authorities responsible for financial stability in 24 countries and jurisdictions. International financial institutions, sector-specific international groupings of regulators and supervisors and committees of central bank experts, the FSB, also conducts outreach of approximately 70 other jurisdictions through 6 regional consultative groups. Rewind to the roadmap of the enhanced cross-border payments. What? Enhancing cross-border payments, stage 3. There's a readable PDF. The report's in PDF form. What we're about to read is from the article from the report. There is a lot coming out at the moment. 13th of October, yesterday, they dropped a lot, man. They dropped a lot. This could be similar, this could be a very similar read. Don't forget to check the comments yourself, the links in the description yourself. Comment in the comments, let us know what you think. Let me read this one because then I want to have a little... I hate the term stablecoin, you all know I do, but I guess people are starting to realise that they're not actually stable, they're just pegged to something. The stablecoin of Britain will be the pound and it will stay a pound all over the UK. It doesn't mean it's going to keep its value next to the digital dollar. Or they're just going to remove every marketplace where you can swap one for the other. Don't be silly. The report provides a roadmap to enhance cross-border payments. The G20 has made enhancing cross-border payments a priority during the Saudi Arabian presidency. Faster, cheaper, more transparent and more inclusive cross-border payment services, including remittance, while maintaining their safety and security, will have widespread benefits for citizens and economies worldwide, supporting economic growth, international trade, global development and financial inclusion. I'm interested in this. Because for 12 years they've been calling for a new world reserve currency, and now they're going to try and get us to use stable coins for cross-border payments and settlements. I think I'll be using the supranational currency, not your CBDCs. We will only be using CBDCs when absolutely necessary. Like at the moment, we are only using cash when absolutely necessary, when you feel you really have to. You're only going to use GBP in the future when you feel you're really going to have to. The main use of GBP, USD and all that is basically just to tell you what your net worth is. And you know it in your local currency. Like, by 2050, that'll be a UN credit, and I don't give a fuck about what we used to have as currencies. The report presents a roadmap to address the key challenges often faced by cross-border payments and the frictions in existing process that contribute to these challenges. These challenges, namely high cost, low speed, limited access and insufficient transparency, affect end users and service providers, though not all in the same way. Individuals and small companies face particular challenges with retail cross-border payments, and financial inclusion remains a challenge for many, especially in emerging markets and developing economies. Low-value payments may incur high fees as a percentage of the amount sent and face a cumbersome process. Cumbersome process. I hate that word, cumbersome. Just say shit. Say slow. Jesus, wet. The unbanked and individuals and firms from fragile states are amongst those who may not be able to access payment services at all. This roadmap has been developed by the FSB in cooperation with the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructures and other relevant international organisations. The standard-setting bodies, it builds the FSB Stage 1 report setting out the challenges and frictions in cross-border payments that contribute to them, and the CPMI Stage 2 report describing the necessary elements of a response in the form of set 19 building blocks. The roadmap provides a high-level plan which sets ambitious but achievable goals and milestones, and is designed to allow for flexibility and adoption and in the path to get interesting. Not flexibility to get there as the work progress, while ensuring the safeguards in terms of secure process and legal compliance are observed. Yes, Jeeves. Yeah. It encompasses a variety of approaches, time horizons, and also achieve practical improvements in the shorter time, while acknowledging that other initiatives will need to be implemented over longer periods. It follows a structured Stage 2 report, setting out actions to I can't say that in this accent. Indicate timelines in the following 5 focus areas, mate. So, committing to a joint public and private sector vision to enhance cross-border payments. A joint public and private sector vision. Joint public and private sector vision. Y'all remember Mark Carney? We're opening up the RTGS for everyone. We're opening up the RTGS for the private sector. They're building the bridges for us. Remember that. Coordinating on regulatory, supervisory and oversight frameworks, improving existing payment infrastructures and arrangements to support the requirements of cross-border payments market, increasing data quality and straight-through processing by enhancing data market practices, and exploring the potential role of new payment infrastructures and arrangements. The first 4 focus areas seek to enhance the existing payments ecosystem. The 5th is more exploratory and covers emerging payment infrastructures and arrangements. While each of the building blocks of the first 4 focus areas individually has the ability to bring, notable benefits to cross-border payments, they have many interdependencies, and the most significant enhancements are likely to be achieved if they are all implemented in a coordinated manner. The potential for new payment infrastructures and arrangements will also depend on the first 4 focus areas delivering change. Strong commitment, coordination, and accountability will be critical to success. The roadmap incorporates a framework where individual actions are taken forward by the most suitable expert bodies in accordance with their mandates, with the FSB providing coordination and reporting annually on the progress of the G20 and the public. This process will provide an opportunity to update and keep all the roadmap over time fucking hell, Scott. Learn to read, mate. The opportunity to update and adapt the roadmap over time in order to keep it on track to meet its overall goals. The involvement of the private sector sharing their insights and practical expertise, as well as delivering change, will be key to support the practical implementation of the roadmap. The work under each building block will consider how to most effectively involve them. Public consultation on the individual building blocks will take place at the appropriate points in order to ensure transparency and accountability. It's just all going off now, innit? It's all going off now, innit? I'm gonna see how many pages that roadmap is. You can get that down a little bit, bruh. 36 pages. Ooh. Ooh. Interoperability. Stop lying. Stop lying, love. He's only mentioned 10 times. Interoperability. Don't search XRP and Ripple anymore. They never put them in, do they? You could search Interledger. Not mention Interledger. I'll just mention interoperability. Cross-border assets. Already got graphs and all sorts here. These. What's that bottom one? IMFWB provide technical assistance to facilitate cross-border use of CBDC if requested. Stick your CBDCs up your fucking ass, mate. Go and have a look at that. I mean, there's 36 pages of a roadmap from now to 2025, mate. And it's got the quarters split. It's got Q1, Q2, Q3 of the next 5 years. It's actually even got Q4 of this year, mate. That's very interesting. Annex 1. Informal summary of roadmap actions and timelines. For all actions 2021. I'm telling you now. Whatever happens between now and 2023, make no mistake that I'm like... Do you know how many people there's going to be in like 2026, 2027-ish? And I know it's 7 years away, it seems fucking ages away, but it actually isn't that far away. How long ago was 2013, mate? Exactly. Yeah? Let's not play games. There's going to be people in 2026 and 2027 that are like, fuck. You used to have some of that crypto, you. No one's going to be like, oh yeah, fucking sold it years ago, me, bought a car and house, went on holiday and that. You know what I mean? Why, what? How much did you could have... Don't get me wrong. Some people might be happy with buying a car and a house and going on holiday in 2022 and then be left with a few $100,000 in your bank. Yeah, fucking well done. But how are you then going to feel if just simply 4 years later it would have been worth millions? Millions. I mean, let's have it right. You could even assume it. I mean, it's not out there to assume that this is going to create a lot of billionaires by 2030. Just like the internet did in 20 years. You know what I mean? By the time Bitcoin's been out 20 years. Like... The masses, like, they've got no idea what's happening. They're just waiting for the bank to, like, yeah, money's going digital. They don't realise that all the digital assets out at the moment have already got digital value. They're already there. They're already ready to be traded, to be held. Most of them are already appreciating. I mean, some of them, they've already made millionaires, haven't they? We know this. I think it's extremely exciting times now, and I just cannot wait for the IMF review of the SDR basket. And I've said it before, they might have that review, and we don't hear shit about it for 6 months. Like, I'm acting I don't want to act. I don't want people to think that I'm expecting them to just come out the next day and say XRP is going in the basket next year. I'm not expecting that. But the meeting about the SDR, they're saying something about it. So the sooner the meeting happens, the sooner we find out about what was said in the meeting. So I want the meeting to happen. That's it. I'm not expecting anything to come out then soon. To be honest, the soonest I expect it to actually emerge is the World Economic Forum conferences and meetings in January. You get the IMF meeting towards the back end of this year in November. That's literally weeks away now. The IMF, right, SDR basket review is fucking weeks away. Not long after that, we got the Spark airdrop. Not long after that, we got Christmas. Not long after that, we got the World Economic Forum committee meeting and conferences. Not long after that, we're in summer 2021, rolling up to December 2021, where all these need to be ready for the new roadmap of the FSB. It's all hotting up, so I think it's almost time to get excited. The reset is nearly here. It's upon us, like putting the thumbnail the other day, like, hey baby, we're ready. Just a matter of time now. It is legitimately just a matter of time. And think about it, if some of you have been in longer than 2017, but think about how fast them 3 years have just gone. Like, we've been in the game 3 years. It's hard to imagine. You're like, nah, it's only 2. Because it was basically the start of 2018. So it's only really no, bro, do the maths properly, mate. Do the maths properly, mate. This time right now in 2017 was when me and Kurt got in. Rolling up to November. Go and check Love 4 Limited, the company that I incorporated. It was done on about 9th of November 2017. A month after that, we started a YouTube. A month after that, I started videos. It's been 3 years, mate. 3 years, yo. The fuck? 4th year, mate. That's crazy. Now, Gary V, when we started this, Gary V says give yourself 2 to 7 years. Most people will have made it. Some do it less than 2. Some take longer than 7. But generally, if you work on a hobby and passions for 2 to 7 years online, you will start earning a revenue on it and build attention around it. So, on that note, you know what I'm going to say. Invest in yourself, your hobbies, your passions. Invest in the internet of value. Live long and hodl it till you're ready to let it go. And enjoy the rest of your week. I'm going to see Sim today about his gym and some ideas about it. Just consulting basically out some ideas about some challenges and how they can update the gym. Introduce an ERC20 token into the gym for challenges and for people to purchase merchandise and stuff. So look out for that. The Warrior Training token. Big things will be happening, and they're looking to branch out and franchise. So if anyone wants to run a gym, maybe get in touch with them and see about franchising the thing. I might actually run a Manchester one for him. Level 3 PT, why not? But yeah, we'll see you on the next one, guys. We love crypto. We love the fact the FSB seem to be kicking people up the arse, telling them to get ready. And we love the internet of value, and we love you. Until next time, peace.